Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Lone Star Lawman channel. Today I have a special treat for you today because, well, frankly, I realized in all the videos I've made, I've never featured a shotgun. So today is the day we're going to do that. No, it's not a Remington 870, although it looks like one. It's a much more inexpensive model of 12-gauge shotgun, pump action. And this is called the Pardner Pump, H&R or Harrington and Richardson Pardner Pump. And it very similar to a Remington 870, which has been around since 1950, the Remington, and has been used in police vehicles for like decades. But let's talk about this one. Okay, first of all, let's make sure it's safe. And while we do that, there is a lever right here that you push down to release this action right here. So I'm going to do that. Pulls the action down, which opens up the cylinder, the breech. As you can see in there, it is clear, safe. Now let it go forward, action pull forward. Okay, now when it does that, it locks it into place. This won't move now. Why? Because it's ready to fire. And to make it fire right now, it is on safe. When you want it to fire, you press this out, in, which on the other side it will have a little red circle on it. I don't know if you can see that real good, which means it's ready to fire. So you pull the trigger, and it'll fire. Okay. Now, let me show you the front end of the gun. Hopefully you can see this good. The bead sight. It has a ramp right here that you can see the loop down the sight. So it's pretty good. Okay. And my son, who this shotgun actually belongs to my son, put a sling on it, as you can see, and works really well. And to load this thing, you put the shells right in here, this loading gate, right in here. And I'm not going to load it, but I'm going to show you what some shells look like. This is a typical hunting load used for a dove. And I'll just show you what they look like. I'm not going to load it. In fact, this probably would not be the best shotgun to use for hunting dove. You want a longer barrel, but that's what they look like. As you can see, you would fit it right in there, push it down, push it forward, and keep doing that for several rounds, or several shells, I should say. And it has a capacity of 5. Now you could load one, rack it, and then load 5 in the magazine or tube here, and you would get have 6 shots, I should say. This is rifled slugs. Now this is what we used when I was in Guam. The only thing you could hunt in Guam, to the United States territory, was rifled slug shotguns for hunting deer and wild pig, or wild boar, I should say. Get this down on top, tearing it. There we go. Well, I'll show you what these look like. Look how big that thing is. Rifled slug. What it is a slug with rifling on it, so it'll spin, because obviously, why? Because a shotgun is a smooth bore gun. It does not have any rifling in it. So the rifling is put on the slug, so it'll work efficiently in the gun. So you can see it loads just like that, like the other ones. This particular model, just like the Remington 870, will handle 3-inch Magnum slugs. 3-inch Magnum slugs are good for, or slugs, or a 3-inch Magnum buckshot is good for home defense. A lot of people, and police have used what is known as double-aught buckshot, which works very, very well, especially in a 12 gauge. It has about 9 pellets in it of 33 caliber cylindrical type projectiles, and at about, say in your house at about 15 feet, or 15 yards I should say, you'll have a bit of a spread, but with this short barrel of only 18.5 inches, it should spread enough to where it should work. Now, there's a big myth about shotguns is that you just point them anywhere, turn them in the direction, and you'll hit your target. No, you've got to aim just like you do any other firearm. The way you work it exactly is that after you fire, stop, lock, fire, lock, fire, lock, fire, okay? Just like that. Let's take a look at the other side. Okay. Other side's pretty plain Jane. I should tell you in all that the gun is actually, including full disclosure, I should say, is actually made in China. This particular one is from New England Firearms, Pardner Pump, H&R 871, that's where it comes from. And over here it says on the writing, it says, you can't see it, probably not. Let's take a look. From Massachusetts it shows. Okay, there you go. Let's turn it over again. You're racking it inside. Get it nice and stable. Okay. All right. Really, that's pretty much it. To take it down, you unscrew this cap, pull out the spring, pull out the plug, and then you can remove the barrel from the main portion of the gun there for cleaning. They're not that hard to clean. They're really fairly easy. The last thing I'll say in passing is that the 12 gauge is got quite a recoil. This has a recoil pad on it, as you can see, but it's still pretty stout in this short barrel. And I would really, this is not my gun like I told you. Right now, in this point in my life, I think I'd be much happier with a 20 gauge, a similar setup in a 20 gauge. And a 20 gauge is much more controllable. With the right double-aught buckshot loads, they'll be just as effective. And just about anyone in the house, from mid-15-year-old teenager to wife, small wife, or small man, or whatever, probably might be a better choice. But this will still do the job and take care of you if you need to. Okay, that's about all I have. Next time, I'm going to give you a really interesting video. And I'm going to keep it a secret because it's probably going to be the granddaddy of them all, of the ones I own. So, with that said, this is Lone Star Lawman signing off and telling you to have a great afternoon, day, and evening. So long.